to my channel. My name is Tenu Merkaba, and in today's video I'm speaking about Venus in Leo. But before I continue, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. Once again, thank you so much to all my new subscribers. And please make sure to check out my Instagram if you would like a birth chart reading from me. I do offer different birth chart readings, so if you would like one from me, then I will send you a menu of the different readings you can get from me. Please make sure to check out my other YouTube channel, Avocado Man, where I do different things that are not astrology. So Venus in Leo people, right? Explosion of love. They want all the love. But like, ooh, wait. So what is Leo? Like, what is Leo? What is the archetype of Leo? Leo is a fixed sign. It's fixed fire. So it's fixed, or it is unmoving, unshakable on its own way of seeing and feeling about things. Kind of like Scorpio, but Scorpio is more so about how I feel about things and my own intuition, and sticking to my own intuition rather than tuning. Even though I am able to tune into other people's intuition, like, I'm stable in my own feelings. Leo is stable in its own feelings, but its own way of seeing and expressing things, right? Because the fifth house is also here, right? So it's stuck on its own way of expressing. It's stuck on its own way of having fun, entertainment, and they usually are entertained by, they know how to, how do I say this? Not gravitate attention. They know how to gravitate attention, but they know how to, like, be stable in being the entertainer rather than kind of switching up, like, not switching up, but kind of being like a Sagittarius fire, where they, like, they don't really care so much about the attention or about the expression, because Sagittarius wants to be able to flow in and out of being maybe antisocial, then social again, and then be a cat, and then be a pillow, and then, you know, Sagittarius wants freedom to do everything. And then Leo would be like, I want to sing and I want to get attention for this, so I'm going to see, because it's fixed on its own whatever, or its own way of getting attention, right? And they usually, like, gravitate attention, or because they're so fixed on that, they know how to kind of, how do I say this, be stable in their own visions about everything in life. So this is what also makes them stubborn, because they are a fixed sign, right? So we have fire, right, being able to see, because fire is about seeing in visions and expressions, so it's fixed on its own way of seeing and expressing itself. And then we have the sun, which is also, like, expressing in our ego and our vitality. So they're stubborn in their own ego, and the sun is like the hugest shit that we have here, you know, fucking huge. And then second is Jupiter, and then third is fucking Saturn, and then whatever, right? So we have fifth house, we have the sun, we have fixed fire, and then if we put all of that into Venus, we have somebody who loves and appreciates expressing themselves in love, and they love when other people express themselves unapologetically, because Leo energy is all about expression, having fun, but it's also about, like, somewhat your ego and your pride. So they have pride in how they love, right? So this is kind of what makes them have big hearts, you know, because the fifth house is like the childlike the house, you know, childlike house, like childlike tendencies. Just general, like, if you just analyze a child having fun, that's basically the Leo energy. And if we're adding being stubborn towards that, you know. And we also have the exaltation of Neptune, which is why Leos can somewhat be unrealistic in love matters. And by unrealistic, I mean these people will love, it's like how they love, because, okay, once again, Leo is about, like, theater. Think about theater, right? Theatrical plays of everything being, like, super expanded, like, oh dear, I love you, but I can't touch you right now because you're so far away. Oh. You know, that's Leo energy generally. So Leos kind of have that. They do that, but enough. I mean, obviously they won't maybe speak the way that I just said that shit. Even though maybe in their heads that's how shit goes. I don't have Leo placements, but this is what I assume happens in a Leo's brain, or any kind of Leo placements, you know. And if we think about theater, you know, you have to have the correct costume, aka clothing, and that's why Leos are amazing at picking out an outfit for every occasion. This is what makes them really good at fashion. If you think of plays, you know, there's always like there's always like an expression for each moment. You know what I'm saying? So if you're sad, you have to kind of overly do it. You know what I'm saying? To show that sadness, unless it's like a melancholic play or whatever kind of play. But generally, like everything in theater has to be a bit bigger just to show emphasis on the feeling. And that's Leo and Venus. So in love, they need that overemphasized feeling of love. If you're gonna tell them you love them, you have to somehow be dramatic about it. Because fire energy is dramatic, but Leo is probably the most dramatic. I don't know. I'm thinking about Aries, because Aries might fight me with this. Because Aries is also dramatic. But I think that Aries is dramatic for its own reasons. Leo is dramatic. We'll get to Venus and Aries, right? After a while. But Leo is dramatic just because they really want to feel the love, right? Because obviously in Aries, like Venus is debilitated here, or it doesn't, it's away. Let me say it's rather away, not debilitated, because it's debilitated in Virgo. But Venus in Leo is like, bitch, it's extra. This is RuPaul's Drag Race, bitch. And like, you know, the emotions, the highs and lows. Leos, just like Scorpios, love the emotional highs and lows, you know. They love the, oh, we're gonna fight, and it's gonna be a dramatic fight. But the only difference is that the Scorpio may just be like kind of a bit intense. Okay, see, Leo and Scorpio have this similarities that, you know, the intensity just because of the fireness and whatever. But with Scorpio, it's a bit like, you know what it is, a bit dark because of that 8th house shit too, you know. But with Leo, it's 5th house, so it's like expressive, and it's like, let's fight. But, you know, makeup sex is going to be like a movie at Euphoria, or euphoric movie, or whatever kind of movie, and we're just, after that, we're gonna be so like in love with each other, and we're just gonna like fucking romanticize everything that happens in our lives, and we're just gonna live in this like bubble of you praising me and me doing things for you so that you can praise me. But it's all gonna be dramatic, and it's all just gonna be like an Oedipus theatrical play or the Glass Menagerie type of thing. You know, it's just gonna be fucking dramatic. That's what Leos are like in relationships, because their love language, having a Venus in Leo, your love language is to give people attention, you know. But here's the thing, you may be with like a Venus in Scorpio who likes to do things behind closed doors, or you may be with a Venus in Aquarius who's your opposite, who may feel like that's so unnecessary, you know, we don't have to do this, like we could be out here saving penguins or protesting for vegans. Instead, we're out here like proclaiming our love to each other on a daily basis. So like, what the fuck? I feel like a Venus in Pisces would do really well with a Venus in Leo. I feel like a Venus in Aries, they may somewhat be selfish to it, but because it's fire, there's somewhat relatability in that. A Venus in Taurus may like it at first, but they just also may feel like, okay, we know how to. Actually, no, Venus and Taurus would actually really go really well with Venus and Leo. Yeah, because that Venus energy of appreciation will be there. Venus and Gemini, also really cool because of the affirmations. Venus and Cancer, they like the reassurance. So I'd say yes. Venus in Virgo, also yes. Venus in Libra, yes, because Venus and Libra also would love and appreciate you. But I think because they fall in the sun, they may also feel like you're just always seeking attention. Like, can't we just chill? Like, we don't always have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Venus in Scorpio, Venus in Sag. No, maybe as friends, but I think as dating, it would depend on other placements. Unless they have a Leo moon also. Actually, no. I'm 2 Leos together. No. Venus in Capricorn, no. I don't think they'd like that, because it'd be like, okay, you have all this expression, but what are you doing with it? Like, How many times do I have to tell you I fucking love you for you to like get the point that I actually love you? And that's the thing, like I said. So you as a Venus and Leo, your love language is giving attention, because essentially you want that attention back, and you want it back in abundance. And you, like, whenever you give love, you want that shit back in abundance. You want that shit back abundantly. Because in your head, you're giving it abundantly, right? Whether it's like buying your partner clothes, like really nice shoes. But I feel like this is also basically a selfish placement, low-key, because you're only doing things knowing that that person is gonna appreciate you. You know, it's like you do shit because you want someone to be like, oh my god, oh my god, you really did, oh my god, oh, and then fucking Waterworks crying, oh my god, I can't believe it, and then fucking post you on the video, you know, just so that you can feel like, wow, I really am this person's entire galaxy, and I revolve around them and their existence. You know, Venus and Leo people love these are the type of people that like I feel like these are the type of people that invented the thing of, if I'm texting you and you're not texting back that very second, like, you don't love me. They may take it personally, and that's the thing with Leo Venuses, is that if they feel like the love that they're giving isn't given back in the same quantity, you know, or more, then they take it personally, like, oh my god, you know, you don't love me as much as I love you. And the thing is, where you are like going offside, is that some people's love languages are not like your love languages. You know, you may be with a Venus and Capricorn person, and their love language is to like put you on in terms of like building your business, you know, and all that attention for them would be unnecessary. Like, you don't have to do that. Or even with a Venus and Virgo, maybe they'd be like, dude, what you're doing right now has no practicality. Like, you don't have to be doing this. And that to you is gonna fucking sting. It's gonna fucking suck, because you'll be like, oh my god, obviously this is your love language, so you'll be like, oh my fucking god, dude, like, I'm literally giving you my heart, and you're just like throwing it away. And it's not that deep sometimes, because like I said, other people have their own love language, and just because it doesn't match the way you see how their love language should be, then you're gonna like get all moody and all like sad and kitty like, and like lick your wounds, and then come back and cause drama, and then show that you're a bad bitch and that you don't need them, and how dare they do that to you, because you are the queen of the world and you don't deserve that. And obviously you will date some people, or you maybe have dated some people where you didn't get that love and appreciation back, or you dated people who were like using you, you know, or because they know that, okay, like you may attract, or not attract, but like, because you sometimes may be blind to your own actions, especially if you have like a Venus sun, you have a Leo sun sign. If you have a Leo sun sign conjuncting your Venus in Leo, you have a big heart. You're very funny, yes. You wear beautiful clothes. You have style for days, yes. You know, you probably do whatever, dramatic arts, music, whatever you do, whatever, you know. Or even if you're in corporate, you do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you do it well, and you know how to like kind of... It's like, the thing is with Leo energy, basically to them, everything is about them. And that's the annoying thing, that like you'll clash with an Aquarius, because an Aquarius doesn't really have an ego like a Leo has an ego, even though they have pride. But Leos have egos. See, even rhymes. Leo, ego. Fucking rhymes, you know? Leos have egos, but... And Aquarius is made, like... If you do attract Aquarius-like people, or Aquariuses, you know, you may have that clash, because to you, you want... Leos are definitely the type of people that want you to tell them how they want you to tell them how you feel about them every day. Every day. Every day of your waking existence. You know, these are the type of people that really love like the good morning, good afternoon, how's your day, good night kind of text. They just want to, in their heads, like even text, you know, when you're texting somebody, you have focused your entire attention to sending somebody that message. See, and for those like split moments where it's just you and your phone and you directing this message to this person, you've basically made that person your entire universe. Leos want to feel that, but like with everything that you do, you know, they always want to know that you're thinking about them and that you're just like basically your mind is on them, you know, and they're gonna do things, especially if they have this conjuncting their sun or their moon. If it's their moon, oh dear God, oh my God, oh wow, then this is something that they need. They need you to feel this. They need to feel this from you, you know. And I feel like also with this placement, they can get somewhat like, they can be somewhat obsessive, or they get mad that you're not obsessed with them, you know. Because I feel like Leo could, with Scorpio, could rule the stalking thing, you know, the stalking energy. Because now you're like, it's like you have a desire for that. The Scorpio part would be the desire, and then the Leo part would be you making them your entire world, you know. But the thing is like Leo Venus is, you guys need to understand, like, people also have lives, and this is when you guys can also be a bit delusional, where this is the negative sides though, like the cons of it. Like, you can be a bit delusional in like feeling like someone should make their entire world, their entire life just about you, you know. Because your love is, you put the people that you love on a pedestal because you want to be put on a pedestal too, because you have put yourself on a pedestal, you know. Because you can get those Venus and Leo people that like, they just love and appreciate themselves so much, and to a point where it's like so selfish that like, okay, I feel like this could also be a good thing where you just love and appreciate yourself, really, because the sun is your own. It's just the way you see things. So you may love and appreciate your own way of viewing yourself, you know? You love and appreciate just you a lot, but to the point where no one can tell you shit. And that could be a good or a bad thing, depending on the extents that you go to, you know? Because on one end, it's like someone can tell you you're ugly, and then you just laugh in their face like, bitch, I know you are not talking to me, you know? And then on like a negative end, you could be so self-consumed, so self-centered that like you kind of walk all over other people's needs, or walk all over other people's feelings, or just walk all over how other people see things, just because it doesn't match the way you see things, you know. And in that sense, then that's what makes you like super, super selfish. Because once again, there's nothing wrong with being selfish. I think being selfish, you need to be selfish sometimes to like put yourself first, make sure you're good, make sure you're feeling good about yourself. But I feel like there's always an extent to things where it's like the thin line between, you know, you being completely delusional about things, and then you just kind of knowing that you're the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like that thin line between being super cocky and then being confident. You know what I'm saying? And you guys can fight me and saying, yeah, I am cocky, and there's nothing wrong with that. And to your own rights, whatever, you know? But at the same time, you aren't God. I mean, you are, fuck, see, this is the Gemini in me that's gonna justify everything. But what I'm trying to say is like, you're still a human being, you know? And for you to kind of put yourself, or for you to just kind of think that like your needs, or yeah, basically your needs are more important than somebody else having to go get a job and feed for themselves, and you would rather them spend the whole day with you and just like giving you attention, and like forgetting about things that they have to do, and forgetting that they have to live their own life. That's when shit can get tricky, you know. I feel, you know, because I feel like Leo Venuses, they don't mind giving people attention. They don't, like I said, this is their love language. Like, they love giving people attention. They love making people feel good about themselves, like, you know, being a hype man, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being there for you, cheering you on, like, making sure that you are feeling good about yourself. They just want that back with the same intensity. And you may be with, like, a Taurus who's super chill, or a Libra, super chill. Okay, not really. Libras can be really loud. Or like, I don't know, an Aquarius, super chill, but also Aquariuses could learn from you to just also know how to like sometimes be selfish. But you could just be with like an earth sign, you know, or fuck, what else? A fire sign, like a Cancer that doesn't like that likes keeping things kind of private, or kind of keeping things behind closed doors sometimes, you know. And you, because you just want everything to be theater, darling, you know, and tickets are fucking expensive, and you have to have a particular dress code to watch the show, and you have to smell a specific way to even be in my presence, you know. Not everybody's into that, and it may be really weird for you to even think about, because you, once again, you love and appreciate your own way of seeing things and seeing how other people should see. So it's like you almost want to control how other people see things, you know. And if people don't see things the way you see things, you take it personally, especially if you have this in the first house, you know. So I feel like in this, yes, you are funny, yes, you are like super dope to be around, you know, you're always like down to cheer someone on and make someone feel better, you're always fucking down to like just have a good time and make sure everybody else is having a good time, as long as you are the center of attention of that good time, and as long as you are the one that people are paying attention to, because you're the one making jokes, or because you're the one entertaining people, or like singing, dancing, whatever, you know, you just want people to have fun, and you don't mind putting on that character, so that people can like be like, oh yeah, did you see, oh she was so dope, oh whatever, you know, shit like that. You don't mind doing that. It's just, it can get a bit chaotic also when you're not getting that attention, not even from your partner though, just from like genuinely doing anything, you know. If you're not getting attention, you're gonna feel wounded a bit, because it's like, wow, like I feel, because this is what you're gonna say to yourself, you're gonna be like, I feel like I'm the shit, and these people aren't. Because Leo energy is somewhat agreeable, you know. They share that little sextile with Gemini and Libra, you know, of being likable. Maybe not Gemini, but Libra for sure. Like being a likable person, and just like being somebody that is charming and sweet, and you know how to like gather people so that people kind of view you in the way that you would like to orchestrate people seeing you, you know, in that way. You share that with Libra. And then, but it's the thing of when people kind of disagree with that, or people aren't giving you the attention that you think you should have, then things can get really like chaotic, and you burn shit down. And then you either you start like acting out and doing things to get that attention, whether it's bad things or like, you know, good things, aka like just being annoying, being extra loud, being like extra in people's faces, speaking over people. I feel like Leo energy would speak over people, especially if you feel like someone who is speaking now is getting the attention or is on the center stage for too long. You know, you would probably talk over that person so that the attention is reverted back on you. You know? And like, once again, if an Aquarius is in the room, they're gonna see this. And they're gonna be like, what the fuck, you attention hungry bitch. But to you, this is just what you love and appreciate, you know? You don't want the fire to burn down, because if the fire burns down, then you get into those depressive episodes where it's kind of difficult for you to love yourself. Because I feel like the way that you do love yourself is by having the light being shine on you. Because you are the light, you know what I'm saying? Like your Venus is in the light. And Venus is already a hot planet, so once we add the sun there, it just becomes even more hot and even more explosive and even more like somewhat fiery and even more like just passionate, you know what I'm saying? You guys, once again, like adding on to this, you guys are very passionate lovers. I will say that you're very passionate lovers, and you know how to like keep the passion, because I feel like once the fun, but like passionate fun, passionate fun, funny passion, you know what I'm trying to say. Once that is done, you kind of feel like, whoa, like, because that's basically your own, you know, fifth house, just expression and shit, like that's where you guys thrive at the most. So when that shit is not there, you kind of, it's like taking you out of home or taking you out of your bedroom. It's like, oh my god, no, like I have to get my blanket again, we have to get this attention again, we have to express again, you know. And I feel like sometimes it may be difficult for you to read a room, because sometimes like yes, you are really good at making people feel good, but sometimes people just kind of need to be quiet, you know. Sometimes people just need to chill out. Sometimes people just don't want to talk. Sometimes people just want to be in their own daydreams, and they don't really want to give you attention, you know, and you are gonna, that's gonna kind of make you feel uncomfortable, because you're gonna be like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, you're probably not paying attention to me now, your mind is elsewhere, and I need to get that back from you. Otherwise, you're either gonna start overthinking, or feel like, you rather say, you're gonna start feeling like they're not, how do I say, they're not giving you attention. So you're gonna probably like prescribe that to they're giving their attention elsewhere. And if that happens, then that's like, when I said, like, as I said, you're gonna start like doing shit, either acting out or just doing the most, you know. I feel like, I don't know, someone who was witnessing a Leo came up with the phrase, girl, you're doing the most. Like, you're doing the fucking most. Like, chill out. It's not that hectic, you know. But to you, this is like, this is what you love and appreciate. And if you're not getting it, then you're not you're not eating, you know. You're energetically not feeding. And that can be really frustrating for you, because it's like, wow. Then you start thinking like, well, what the fuck is wrong with me? What do I have that person does? What do they have that I don't have, you know? And then this is when you can start getting like an Aries and getting all competitive. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Because the difference with an Aries is more so like, an Aries is like selfish, but a Leo is self-centered. You know? Like an Aries would probably want attention, just... Okay, Aries may not give a fuck about people, but they'd like the attention. But a Leo would care about what other people think about them, because they also want good attention from people. Unless circumstances like prove otherwise, then they would probably not mind getting bad attention, and then they do that thing where they justify why they did that, you know. But it's all gonna be like, basically, if we run it down, it's all because that Leo got insecure, or they felt like, whoa, like they felt less than, so they had to like pick themselves up and be like, no ways, you know, or like kind of make other people realize that, oh, okay, well, we have to shift our focus back there. But definitely Venus and Leo people, they don't mind sharing the spotlight. They just, if it's going to be shared, then they want other people to know that, hey, I was the one that orchestrated this play and not her. And if people get that shit twisted, then it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a whole thing for the Venus and Leo person, because they want everyone to know that, hey, I am the one that started this play. I'm the one that started this whole thing of giving me attention, and I don't mind sharing it with you. But while we're both like dancing, I'm gonna be the one like, you know, like you know, like the one making a noise, making sure that I'm doing extra moves. If we're singing, then I'm the one who's like gonna elongate that. Ooh, even though the notes stopped at ooh, and then the Venus and Leo would be the one ooh, Mariah carrying that shit, you know, because they want someone to make sure that, oh, okay, shoom, it was her, it was that person, it was that guy, you know, it was that girl, you know, it was that human, you know what I'm saying? If, I don't know, like, if, for example, if someone's taking a video of a Venus and Leo person with anybody else, and let's say they're doing dumb shit, that Venus and Leo is gonna make sure that the attention is going to be reverted back at them. So they may say something like extra funny, extra loudly, or they may do something really weird or like super, I don't know, extreme, so that before the video ends, it ended with us looking at that Venus and Leo person. Leo placements in general, but like Venus and Leo, that's that's what they would want, you know. They just want to make sure that attention was on them, you know. So the negative side of this, they can be like real hungry attention seekers, you know. But once, I feel like they love, like if they're with you, like I said, they don't mind sharing the spotlight. In fact, I think they may even like when their partner or their friends are getting attention, just because it's like, oh, because I'm associated with you, you know, like I'm basically getting attention too, you know. Oh wow, like you are getting attention because you are in my life, and I attract people who are like-minded, or who are like, you know, shit like that. It's always gonna be directed back to them. Like I said, Leos are secretly very self-centered, and everything that they do is always going to be so that they feel something or they eventually get the attention for something. That's just that. That's just the facts. That's just Leo energy, period. Like, they doing shit. In the moon, it's more so they need attention so that they feel validated or whatever. And if they don't, then they get explosive, you know. And Mars, they can get really aggressive about getting attention. And if they don't, they wouldn't mind fighting someone for attention, you know. If it's your rising, then, you know, you just like your personality usually just gets attention, you know. If it's your sun sign, then you're just generally like expressing yourself in a way that like gravitates attention, you know. If it's your Mercury, you fucking speak in the loudest way and you overtalk people, you know. And if people don't speak with the same passion, then you talk over them, or you just kind of like, it goes past you, like, okay, you know. But also I feel like in Venus it's low-key the same thing. Like, you love people with passion too. You love people, and if they don't have like fiery passion, like if they speak, they have some, like, they're fast talkers, you know, and they know how to like kind of gravitate attention. Because if they're like storytellers, like Geminis or let me say Libras actually, because I'll say Geminis too. Not so Aquarius, because Aquarius maybe don't give a fuck about the attention unless they're talking about some kind of existential universal thing, you know, shit like that. But they generally would like people that, like, if they're talking, they're feeling it, you know. Fucking fire signs are all about the feeling. It doesn't matter what you say. If you felt what you were saying, then they fuck with that shit, you know. They fuck with it. Like, if you added color to your words, and even if it didn't make sense, the fact that you said it with the feeling, then they're gonna like attach themselves to that. But if you're just talking and it's like, or it's dry as fuck, they're just gonna look at you like, okay. Anyway, you know, shit like that. That's fire signs. But in Venus, you guys can be over lovers, like just put people on pedestals, and it can be somewhat intimidating, because also it's like sometimes you maybe not allowing people to just have their days, to just be to themselves. Like, this is definitely the placement where you just want to like, you really want someone to just be attached to you. Like, you would definitely not mind dating someone who's like your biggest fan, you know, your crush since whatever, you know, guys who DM you saying, I'm so obsessed with you, you know, you fucking love that shit. Oh my god, you love that shit, you know, because you want to feel like you are making a positive difference, kind of like Venus and Virgo. But you just want to make someone feel like, you want to feel like you're making a huge difference in someone's life just by you being in their lives, you know. Because I mean, definitely, you guys are very fucking warm, you're very generous, kind of like Sagittarius, very fucking generous. You're always down to hang out with your friends, always down to help. It's just when it's time when you feel like you want that back, you don't even ask for it, you demand that shit. So you'd be the first person to be like, oh yeah, give me money. Like, you wouldn't, please, no, give me money, take me out. You know, like, take me out. Fucking book a trip for me. Why aren't you doing, you know what I'm saying? And you're not afraid to say it out loud. Whereas like a Venus in Libra would like merely suggest it. A Venus in Virgo would kind of just like be pouty about it and not really say it, you know, and just kind of hope that you read their mind. You know what I'm saying? You as a Venus in Leo, you're gonna say that shit. And it can come out very aggressive, and it's like, oh wow, you know. But at the end of the day, you want what you want, and you're not afraid to say exactly what you want. And that's something I feel like Venus and Libras just Libra energy can like learn from you, you know. Just ask just say what you want and actually mean it. It's just with you, I feel like Venus and Leos can also be really entitled, because to you there's also no boundaries, because you know the opposite is Saturn to you, you know, because of Aquarius, you know. So for you, like, there's no boundaries in love, you know. And I feel like you could also just not set any boundaries in love, which is what makes you, which I said, like, you know, your exaltation place is Neptune, you know, so you can have unrealistic expectations of what love should be like, and you like to express those expectations or those delusions or those illusions from Neptune, you know, and let them, and like, they have no boundaries, because the opposite of you, your away place, is Saturn and Uranus, you know what I'm saying? So that's the little frustration you may have, or you may experience, you know, just being a delusional lover and then being like super dramatic when you don't get your way, you know. So you can be a spoiled lover also. And but the thing is, you don't mind spoiling, but the thing is, like, you could also get so broke, you could be so broke spoiling the people that you love, you know. And this is when you would need a Virgo or like a Capricorn or a Taurus to kind of like be like, dude, just save your money. Like, say you don't have to, you know, expose these grand gestures of love just to make someone feel like, okay, you really love them. Like, we feel that from you, you know what I'm saying? But we don't have to go through this every day, because obviously if you do something every day, it kind of loses its meaning, you know. And if you show your love so much, then it kind of just gets boring, or it used to, like, we get used to that shit, you know. So sometimes people like you to feed them your love in doses. That's what you learn from a Venus in Libra. Feeding love in doses. You don't have to give everything now. Like, you know, just give me little crumbs. Give me chips here, and then I'll keep coming back for more. Rather than you giving me the whole fucking bag, and I'm full, and I can't even swallow, and you're like, come on, eat it some more. And then feed me 2 bags, because I want it all, you know, and you better give it to me. Otherwise, we're gonna fucking cause shit, or I'm gonna break up with you and feel like, oh, how dare you. You know, shit like that. But yeah, guys, that's my video on Venus and Leos. I hope you enjoyed that video. In my next video, I will talk about Venus in Leo through the 12 astrological houses. So yeah, once again, thank you so much to all my new subscribers, and I'll see you in my next video, darling. Hi, darling! Hold my purse! Venus and Leo.